Hey there, lads and lasses. This here, of course, is Thunderhand64 coming at you live right over here from the west coast of the United States here on a Friday morning. It is a little bit past 11 a.m., and that can only mean that it is time for some Buffooncraft SMP Season 6. Welcome to Friday, everyone. I hope you're all doing well. I hope this stream sees you all doing fine. More than fine. Excellent. Downright excellent. Today concludes Kachi's first week back to school, and so far, things are great. So far, things are great. Somehow, I think his commute is a little bit easier than it was last year, even though it's a bit further away. Just getting him in and out of the school, doing the drop-off and the pickups, seems to be, so far, it seems to be easier. Knock on wood. So hopefully that persists. Let me see, he has a later release today, so I do have, I'm not in such a hurry to pick him up today. So so we have time for raids and things like that. That's the important part of that. Let me see. Shall we just dive right in and get started? I think we should do that. Over to the display scene like this, and let's pop this up where... Okay. All right, here we are. So... Hey there. So, yeah, we're at the slime farm. Because we needed slime. Wow, does this thing crank out. This thing is so productive. When Mumbo sort of stumbled upon this slime mechanic, that just changed slime farms forever. I really need to build one of these in Generations. There are so many things I need to build in Generations, but I really need one of these farms. And so I did get the slime that I needed, but I figured while I was prepping for the stream, I'd do a little AFK and stock up for the other buffoons. Yeah, I can hear them bouncing around down there. So I'd stock up a bit for the other buffoons so I could leave some slime behind for the... Oh my god. Yeah, in just, I would say maybe 15 minutes, we have this much. It's incredible. Let's get a multiple of 9 here. Right there. We'll leave the rest for everyone else. Why a multiple of 9, you say? So we can do that. That's good enough. Let's get out of here. Let's get it back to the task at hand. I have to say, Wednesday's Generation stream for Baby Zombie Rush, minigame design, was excellent. I really enjoyed that. I mean, I always enjoy that stream, but that one was particularly enjoyable. We were building a randomizer chest suspicious stew distributor of sorts. And yeah, nailed it. Nailed it. It's just so satisfying. So satisfying. I guess I could use the boat for this, but I don't know. I think I'm just going to run it. But yeah, we got some good participation that day and stuff, and we installed. We finished up that feature of the minigame of the maze, and yeah, very productive, very satisfying stream. I love those. I'm hoping the stream will go the same. Last week's stream, which does not seem like an entire week ago, but. I really enjoyed that stream as well because Eve was on the server that day, and she hasn't been on a lot in quite some time, so it was good to see her on here. And I think we had some pretty funny interaction that time, and so I really enjoyed that. Really enjoyed it. And that's the whole point of an SMP, really. It's not so much building on the SMP, you know, because if I'm just here building myself, like I am today. Yeah, I can just do this on generations. I don't need to be on an SMP, so I can build by myself. I can already do that. I already have that capability. But yeah, it's fun interacting with the other buffoons. So whenever they're on here, it's a big deal for me. And the server has slowed down a little bit recently. Let's get some food. Oh, I have some food. Some pork chops. So I needed the slime blocks because the slime block pad I've decided to extend out right over to this. Now it's not because I missed it and died. And when Eve was on here, she tested it out, and it looks like it's pretty much Eve-proof. I think she can manage. I think she can manage just fine. But there are many, many, many times where dropping off of this, we've landed like right on the very edge of this. And that seems to be like the thing. So I said, all right, let's make this over here. Let's just do this. And I think the idea behind that is also to make it really obvious to whoever's using the farm that, you know, hey, how this will be removed. The scaffolding tower will be removed. And gee, how do I get up to the AFK spot? Hey, there's a feature over here. And also when you're up there, how do I get back down? It's really obvious what's going to happen here, right? So, but I may still put like a sign here that says, you know, slime block launcher or something like that, just to show folks. Well, as I live and breathe, if it isn't the angelic one herself, Angel by you. Hey, welcome on in. I was just thinking about you the other day. You all can see the auto shout out for the extremer extraordinaire herself. Buffoon alumni. The one and only. Angel by you. Please go check her out the next time she is streaming. You will not regret that, I promise you. How are you doing? I am doing excellent. How are you doing? I hope every bit as much the same. So there's a few things we need to do today. Expand that. Done. Mission accomplished. We need to remove that scaffolding tower. There's a couple of touch-ups that we need to do. Let's get topside here and let's... you can see I added the ring up there. Let's talk about that a little bit. Now, Shut Mountain recently made a trip out to see some of the other buffoons, mainly Princess Nebula, but he also got to meet Angel, if I'm not mistaken. And I have to admit, I'm envious of Angel for getting to meet Shut, and I'm envious of Shut for getting to meet Angel. So far, I've met 2 of the buffoons IRL. But that is not enough for me. I have to say, though, that I was not in the least bit disappointed, and I have 0 regrets. Buffoons are awesome people. And, of course, I'd like to welcome in fellow buffoon, Lone Star. How goes it, Lone? Oh, this is a good viewpoint. Let's go right over to here. Yeah, like this. That is a really good view of the farm. So if you look up here, during the last stream, we were working on the AFK platform and getting the rotating light pulses to fire properly. That turned out to be a lot harder than these ones down here. Why? I have no idea. These ones, I just crank these right out, and I got the pulses. So there's 4 pulses. You can count them as they go around. Like E, R, san, si, and then they come around again, right? Now, some of them are a little bit longer pulses than others. And well, let's go back up there for a moment. And the frequency isn't exactly even between all of them. Between each of them, I should say. But I like that. I like them to be a little bit random, and I like to have a little bit of imperfection in there, despite how I am often accused of the contrary. But maybe rightfully so. But these were very easy to set the pulses for these. To get them close enough to regular pulses of 4. This one was not easy to do at all, and I have no idea why. I could get up to 3 pulses, but timing the 4th pulse and getting the right length and interval on it was really hard. It took several attempts to do that. Yeah, so I logged on this morning before the stream and said, okay, we need to work this out. And so I worked it out and I finished it up. So you do not have to endure that. No, not even. How dare. You like imperfection? Yeah, I'm trying to embrace that in certain areas, right? I don't like to call it perfection. I like to call it like precision or satisfaction. I like not a perfect array of perfect set of 4 pulses, but a satisfying one. Not perfect, just satisfying. Right? And so getting that one to be satisfying was difficult. That's what I'm saying. Right? But we did it. We got it up there. Right? And so now we have our hovering AFK platform in the sky. There's a few things we need to do. Put some lightning rods on there to protect the player while they're up there. Also down here, there's some decorative things that need to happen too. I need to complete these edges. So I have the cyan glass in front to get the color scheme that we want, but I don't have the edge corner features, how this merges together. I've tried a couple of different ways. I haven't found something that's satisfying yet, and so I'm going to leave that for now until I figure that out. One thing I have been putting off for quite some time is the collection system, and I think it's time to do that today. So collection system, and then maybe we'll have a little adventure today. There aren't any lore event quests that are ready for today, and I'm fine with that. Those are always fun to do, but that is still in development, so we'll hold off on that. But maybe we'll get some wind charges today for the launcher. Yeah, so maybe we'll do the collection system. We'll get that mostly in place. Let's get it functioning first, and then we'll do some other stuff. Looks good to me, Thunder. Angel's quite the builder herself, more so than she gives herself credit. I really enjoyed working together in the Buffoon Skies event. That was a lot of fun, Angel. I really enjoyed that. I know you were a little apprehensive for that, but I just want to reiterate that I really enjoyed that. I thought that was a lot of fun. And I didn't stream any of that. I was going to record those events, but I don't think I really got any decent footage for those. But the other buffoons have streamed that. And I think Shut Mountain might have those in his VOD archive. But that was a lot of fun. All right, so what first? Well, we certainly did this. We got that completed, right? And all right, let's go deal with this. Maybe I should have just let sleeping dogs lie here. Looks like they were about heading off before I provoked them. Oh, you know what? I should have held my sword in my left hand, in my off hand, so I could have gotten the looting effect. Because you can do that. I don't know if viewers are aware of that or not. But you can get the looting effect on your bow if your sword has looting and you hold it in your off hand like this and then fire your bow. You can get the looting effect on that. It's because I was working with you. You're so good. Stop it. I made a couple of things in Grounded too. Nothing spectacular, but cute. Angel was the perfect teammate for that event. She's so cool. What did we get? Anything? Bad Omen. What the? No. I mean, not just Bad Omen, but Bad Omen 3. Bad Omen 5, I would keep. Bad Omen 3, not so interested in that. So that's why we always keep an incinerator on site, people, just to get rid of the junk. Yeah, there we go. You're supposed to retract. Please retract. All right. Sometimes the timing of this can be a little bit off. Maybe I need to do that, right? And then it'll slip into place and then slip back. Sun, like this. Maybe. Yeah, that's good. That's what I want to have happen. Just like that. Okay, good. A little bit of redstone there for you. So what are our friends doing today? So Lone, are you on your 4 days on, or are you on your 3 days off right now? And Angel, you're not at work right now, I hope, right? 11, 12, 1. It's afternoon for Angel. I know that. 4 days off. Nice. Nice. Congratulations to both of you. And so sorry for the rest of you who are working today. My day's not so bad today. Like I said, bring Kachi in. And I don't have to pick him up today because he has viola lesson, and Mrs. Thunderhand's going to do that. All right, so what I'm thinking of here is if a player needs to collect squid from the squid farm and they come down here, I mean, where is the best place to put the right? I mean, I temporarily had the chests here for collection, but I'm thinking if they come down here, where is the best place to put the collection chests? I'm thinking, right, where maybe right here is where they get the ink, and here is pick up and drop off. But I don't know, if they come down the staircase like this, I think this is the first place that they look. So I'm thinking, I don't know, maybe I'll just put them right here. Also, there's this to consider when they get down to this level. They need to be able to look over here and see here is the launcher up to the AFK platform. And then they need to come over to here and see that this is the entrance down into the farm. And so what I'm thinking of doing is taking the mud path and bringing the mud path around here and just stopping right here. And I think that's fine. And then doing the same over here. I'll bring the mud path over to here, and I'll just stop here. And the staircase down here will start right here. I think that's a good thing to do. So let's move some of the stuff out of the way. We'll do that. Let's do some of this. We'll get some of this stuff out of the way. Yeah, Wednesday's stream was particularly satisfying. That was really cool. I like productive streams like that where I'm actually able to accomplish something. Those are always a good thing. Let's put all of our stuff right here. Let's put all this stuff like close to the path here because we're going to be running back and forth doing a lot of that. Thinking like this. We'll redistribute some of this stuff here. And I'm thinking the second half we'll find some trial chambers and we'll stock up on the wind charges. We'll do some of that. There should be several trial chambers that are still around, and even though we've already rated them, I'm thinking perhaps we should, well, I don't know. Maybe we should move on to some new trial chambers because we still never got our the final enchanted book we needed for that. So why go to one we've already been? We can go to another one and see, maybe, you know, we can kill two birds with one stone there. And yeah, maybe that would be the thing to do, right? All right, so first things first, we'll extend, oh, we put these right on the path. That was kind of dumb. We'll do that. We'll put these in place. These should have gone up on that level, but oh well. Let's make do, shall we? We'll do this. We'll put this right over here. One of the other things we have to do is spawn-proof the bowl. Oh my god, this needs spawn-proofing so bad. Oh, I should have pulled back and let you see this run at night. This looks so cool at come nighttime. Let's see here. I'm gonna put that right there. Let's get some of these muddy bits. Do I have mud blocks here? I thought I did. I didn't bring them back, did I? I don't think I brought them back to the base yet. Though I may have. Really? Oh, that's so disappointing. Could it be one of these things now? Chat, help me out here. Could it be one of those things where I'm looking right at them and not seeing them? Please let that not be the case. Yeah, I think we need more mud bricks. All right, but you know what? This is a feature here that we can do some other time. So I'm thinking of putting the chests maybe right about here. That means we're going to have to change our pattern here. The other thing is we're not going to need a lot of these chests. Oh my god, look at all the squidding. There's just so much. That's just the squidding I've collected while I was building the farm. Where is the rest of it? It's over here somewhere. Yeah, here it is. This farm, when the spawn chunks aren't interfering with it, which was a pretty cool mystery that Nova worked out. This farm is so productive. It's total insanity. I've been playing Vintage Story again. Sure wish it had a plot. There is storyline, but nothing really to do in the game. You just mine, grow crops, blacksmithing, and building. Oh, okay. Vintage Story, huh? You're opening and closing so fast I can't see anything. Okay, all right, ma'am. Yes, thank you for reminding me of that. So, the other thing is, you know, panning around so quick, looking at things, right? It's just nauseating to do that with the motion sickness. Hello, professional streamer. Slow down the panning, please. All right, let's do a bit of an exchange here. And yeah, some of this is, you know, my efforts to keep the stream moving along and thinking, oh, people don't want to see what's in the chests and things. People don't want to see that. That's boring. No, they do. Especially when we're bragging about the productivity of our farm. You know, if maybe I should focus on that a little bit and so people can see just how productive it is. Maybe that would be helpful. Yeah, if you could go ahead and do that. Let's just do a little bit of inventory management. Right. Well, if you're asking us to help you find things, it's just, yeah. I've already forgotten that. Yeah. You know, I've actually been doing this streaming thing for a while. Although I'm sure you could never guess. Angel, that's why we have back seating. The chances are, you know, Thunder, if you're going to allow back seating, maybe you should just allow them to actually do it. That would be nice. Yeah, we're going to have to go get some mud. Some muddy bits. Thankfully, I think I have some already crafted, so that should help. But I'm thinking the chest should go right about here. This will be further back, so I know this seems like it's a little bit in the player's face when they come down here. It's, the chests are right there. No, it's not going to be that bad. I'm thinking it can go like maybe we can just put 3 of them like right here. And no, not like that, hands. So I'm thinking the 3 chests like this, right? So player comes down here like this, and so we would need. Yeah, come to Papa. There you go. Come to Papa. And so we'd do something like that. And so it's the very first thing the player, because, you know, if you're here to get squid, the very first thing you do is check the chest, see if there's already some here, right? So, and that being the case, you do want to get right over here and just get your stuff and be on your way, right? So, now I got to think of the layout of this. What to do? You know what? We should do this. We should do this vertically. Vertically. So If I'm not mistaken, this should be a dropper. Yes. All right, and we can do that kind of thing. And, you know, when I have this situation, I like to either put a slab or a stair there. And who knows, maybe we'll decorate this down here and make it look cool. Maybe we'll save that for some other time. Right, so we can have the start be like maybe over here somewhere and then go through the whole thing and then have it terminate here and then come back. I think that would be the best thing to do. Yeah. Yeah, I like that. You know, it's funny now that I'm actually planning this out. There are some kind of moments here. Not the most exciting stuff to watch, but it is what it is, people. Tis what it is. Oh, we're definitely going to have to do something about lighting down here. Right. Let's try this just to start. We will do that. Dropper will drop into this one. You know, we can also... Let me work this out here. Yeah, I don't have to go silent while I'm sleeping. Maybe one day I'll learn that. Now, I wonder... You know what? I think I'm getting a little ahead of myself here. A little bit. Just a little bit. Where did that come from? That's not a good sign. Oh, it might have been in the dropper. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna need that. And so this is the pickup drop-off kind of station we have to build. Yeah. And so, well, let's get the things that we need for this. This is the old style of this that I learned off of Impulse SV. So ours would be facing this way, and so this stuff would be off to the side. Let me see. We're going to need some repeaters, comparators, torch, rails. Yeah, we're fine. Redstone repeater. Redstone comparator. We got some torches. Gotta get us some smooth stone. Yeah, there we go. All right, and this is of what I am thinking. I'm thinking we do something like... let me see, we do this and this. Right. Something like that. Yeah, this will do it. We come over to here. I need the comparator to read the hopper. So that's what. No. I need the comparator to read the hopper. Thunder, please. There we go. Comparator reads the hopper, puts it out to that block. So now I could do a totally different kind here, and I could read the hopper minecart, which is a cool thing to do sometimes. It's a little bit more complicated to circuit, but I think this will do for this one. Right? And so when there's something in it, in the hopper, it'll put out a signal here and shut off this torch, which will unpower this block. Oh dear. All right, let's do that. Are there any trap horses? Oh, there's this dude up here. Now, he seems like he's far away and harmless, but I would notice him being that far away. I'd turn around to do something, and then he'd be right here. And it's like, how did he get here so fast? Okay, I think we're okay for trap horses. Who knows where that lightning struck? Hopefully not inside the farm. I think we're okay. I think we're okay. All right. Okay, I have a little bit of moderation that has to be done here, people. Bye-bye. By the way, this might be a good opportunity to show you our latest redeem for the month of August. Wow, that's loud. So for those of you who haven't seen that or haven't seen the Discord, that's a bit loud. Okay, I'll turn that one down a little bit. Yeah, so my older son Biggie made that little video like back in 2010, I think. Um, yeah, so he was on a spree where he was taking all kinds of video editing software and making all these cool little videos of him and his wee brother. And that was one of them. I hate you, toilet. And I came across that the other day, a few weeks back, and I'm thinking, you know what? That's going to be our next redeem. Welcome on in, Eve. Can all see the auto shout out there for fellow buffoon, Eve? Welcome on in. How are you doing over there on the continent? Keeping your head above the water, I hope. Both literally and metaphorically. Melting. Melting? What, did Dorothy throw a bucket of water on you? Excuse me. Wasn't that funny, Thunder? How are you doing, Eve? See, now where else are you going to get a welcome like that? Just saying. I'm just saying. Let me see. Repeater, right about there. Okay, so the way this works is when this the hopper full of squiddy ink and maybe some salmon comes in here over the hopper, it's full. And so it'll drop items into the hopper. What happens next is the hopper will then put these into the chest. And when the hopper is full, it sends out a signal here and shuts this off. So this shuts off, and so the hopper minecart will stay parked here until it's empty, until this is empty, actually. And then when this is empty, what will happen is this will shut off, this will turn on, and send the cart on its way. So yeah, 31 days and then annoying alone 10-day fest. Lucky, lucky. Okay, appreciate the lurk, Angel. Thank you so much for dropping in. One of the things I do have to see, though, I have to make certain of F3 and G. Yeah. All right, I'm going to have to change this a little bit. I'm going to have to move this in by one block. One thing I'm trying to do is keep the... I'm trying to keep the minecart inside the chunk. And we might have squiddies falling in here. The reason why I'm trying to keep the minecart inside the chunk is sometimes they break. Yeah, when they're crossing chunks, they'll break sometimes. So I don't know. Maybe it's better to build this over here. Maybe it's better to build this over here. It just seems kind of silly for the player, though, to have to go through here and then go all the way down to the end here to go fetch their stuff. But I don't know. Maybe it's okay. I mean, if you've come this far, people. Yeah, I suppose, right? I mean, I could have some sort of item transportation thing that brings the items over to here, but it's like, don't we already have that with this? But I do want the cart to stay inside the chunks. Now, I could put the cart right here, the drop-off station right here, but I'm afraid I might miss a block. I'm not afraid of it, but I'm concerned. I'm concerned that I might miss a couple of pieces of squid ink with these blocks and it not being able to travel over here to do that. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, we could put it over here too, which is a little bit closer. But see, it's right on the chunk border right there. The thing I like about this is I have a little bit of space because this isn't quite 16 by 16. I think it's 15 by 15. I could also put it over here too. I think this is where I originally had it, and I think I had it over here for that reason. Yeah, so I could keep it right into the side here, couldn't I? Yeah, I guess I could do that, huh? And so I could put the hopper right here. Maybe I can put the 3 chests right here. Yeah, maybe I could do that. And it would keep everything right inside the chunk border. That's probably what I had originally had in mind. So I think I was doing something like... You know, the thing of it is, I just need the hopper to be inside the chunk, not all of this stuff. So hold on a tick. So if this is back this way, and I have it pointing down, I can still have that into the side. We might still be able to put this here. I just need to be able to have these not be on the track. That means that this stuff will be sticking out the side this way in this direction though. Yeah, I don't want that. That is what I don't want, people. I don't want that. So if I put it here, like this, I do have the chest there, but then I lose my shape, and that kind of annoys me a little bit. Because all of this gets built into that. And yeah, I don't like that. Now, what happens? What happens if I do something like that? Let me see. This would have to... plus, you have to look at the pattern, too. Like this. And so this will come around here. It'll come up to here. This will turn around here and park right onto that. Should be okay. But it does mean, however... It does mean... that I need glass blocks here. So it does mean that this has to point out that way. Hands, please. Please, just... Thank you. And it does mean that the chests will have to point this way. Which, I don't know, I guess that's not that big of a deal. It's kind of weird, but... this would have to go here, park here, and then pull back out. Let's do the sleeping thing. Have a good show. Angel, squeaky clean. Good job expressing your boundaries, Thunder. I'm supposed to be better at that now that I'm an older man. I really want this right here. But that means all of this now points this away, right in front of the player. And that I don't like. It's just that I don't want the hopper minecart traveling outside the chunk. And that's what the big deal is, people. So, yeah, this is kind of like, if I want to put this here, it's gonna do this kind of a thing. First of all, it's gonna drop straight down. It's gonna drop straight down into the chest, like that. Which again, you know, that's not that big of a deal. And you know what? I do have the dropper apparatus. Oh, no, I don't. Yeah, I don't really need the dropper. No, I don't. Okay, and so what happens now is this gets moved over to here. Like this, because it needs to be able to read the hopper. That's the idea. Like this. Redstone comparator, like that. No. Oh, for God's sake. Please just do the thing. Thank you. And that's like that. Yeah, and then this is like this. Right, comparator reads into there like that. That's good. I mean, the chests, I guess, could stick out the side like this, but you can see how clunky this is already. These hoppers I could bring a little bit further down. And so I could extend the floor of this downward a little bit more. Yeah, I could do that, I guess, right? I mean, it doesn't have to stop at this level here. So if that's the case, then we could do hoppers this way. Now, this is going to look weird, people, but it's going to be fine. Trust me. It's going to be fine. Well, there will be a bit of a problem with this, I'm thinking. There might be a bit of a problem with this. And here's what I'm thinking. I mean, I should tell people what I'm thinking because, you know, it's a stream. That's what we're trying to do. All right. Here's the thing. Then if I get down here, like this. And you know what? Let's just make these all facing the same way so they look cool. This is going to look really cursed, but trust me, it'll be fine. And then I need a fourth hopper like this. Like this. There we go. Actually, we need more than that. Because we're going to have this. But you know what we could do with this? Oh, yeah. Well, I've got a better idea for that. I'm thinking 3 double chests. They're going to be way more than enough for this. Let's use a slab for this one. Slab will be fine for this because this isn't really functioning for anything other than just supporting that comparator. Like this. And if I do that, and then install said comparator right here. That means I can put a chest right here. And the chest should open and close. Good. Yeah, if this were a full block up here, the chest wouldn't be able to do that. You can also put a stair there, but they don't make smooth stone stairs, and I like using smooth stone, so we can do that. Like that. And so I'm thinking we bring the floor down to that level. Like that. Yeah, that'll work. Like I said, I do have a bit of a concern, though, where the comparator's reading this, and this is just like a through hopper, that what's going to happen is as the items pass just through this one by one, this will never fill up. And so they'll just pass through this one by one. And then... so this comparator will keep blinking on and off, and this will keep blinking on and off, and trying to send the cart out and back again, out and back again. I think that might happen. So that might cause some problems. The reason why I want to retain this here and have this inset is just in case there are any squid ink that are above these, that the cart will be going under them to catch them. But we may have to change the arrangement of the rails up above. Right? So that will be the next part to do. Now see, if I knew of this a little bit ahead of time, I could have built the whole farm. Since it's 16 by 16 and the farm's only 15 by 15, I could have staggered it over that way some. And so I'd have the extra space inside the chunk over there. Let's get a trapdoor. I think I have some trapdoors over here. And it looks like we're timed, it's a little bit past time to take the break. So let's get this to a certain point, and then we'll run ads for about 3 minutes maybe, and then, not maybe, definitely. And then we'll do a be right back kind of thing. Okay, it has to be a little higher than that. So for the moment, God, it doesn't have to go completely mental like that. I just needed, yeah, like, can you chill maybe, please? There we go. pull this out. This will be fine. It'll be fine. No, hands. Not that. Just there. Like that. Oh, for God's sake. Do I have to pull the whole farm apart? Please. Please. There. So see, now I can come under here and I can just like grab these items like this. Yeah, and then we can work on the arrangement of the glass and stuff here and the tracks. Yeah, we could do that. You clearly stated that you like and don't like and want and don't want. Oh, yeah, yeah. Them angels saying, game, please. Hmm? Okay. Let us do this. Let us take a quick 3-minute break to run ads, and then we will be right back. Hey there, welcome back. Sage. right right in time for the ad break. Sorry about that, buddy. Good to see you. Welcome on in. You can see the auto shout out there for Real Foolish Sage. Welcome to the second part of the stream. The second half, people. The second half. Here we go. Let's restart the playlist. It's funny, Eve. So whatever that is. I think that's supposed to be Sage. Let's fan a little bit like right here and put that right about there. And let's fix the cam a little bit up to 6'1", or more like 6 feet. 1.8 meters, somewhere around there. Okay, yeah, so we're doing the pickup and drop off thing over here with a little redstone and stuff, and then we're getting up there. And now comes the tedious part, people, and that's I feel like the whole stream is tedious, Thunder. Yeah, that's dealing with laying down the tracks, and it's so annoying doing this. One thing is for certain, we do need. Well, I don't know. I might be able to. Well, we do need the block behind it, so it is going to have to travel this away. So we do have that. Oh, I need more glass. That's right. Let's go get some of that. All right, let's do this. Let's get rid of some of this extra stuff now that we've moved on to a different task. We can do things like, let's keep that just in case. We'll definitely keep these.
What?
Can we see the game as well? Or is it a secret? I suppose I can let you in on what I'm doing. Do you feel like you're actually part of the stream now? He's so inclusive, everyone. So that was my second stream fail of the day. Or at least the second one I've been called out for. Let's hang on to some of that redstone stuff. All right, yeah, let's get back here. Let's do a little bit of the sleeping stuff. First one of the second part. Okay. Oh, glass. That was the main reason for going up there. Thunder, please. 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 Yeah, we don't need a lot. Just a little bit. Good over there. What do we have over here? That's just squid ink. Okay, I think we're all right. We can re-dye some glass. Restain it, re-dye it if we need more. let us proceed as such. Yes, it begins by removing all of the track for the previous layout. We should leave this in here, I'm thinking. This middle track. We'll take this out like that. How's it going, Sage? How are you coping with your return to corporate? My hope is to be able to ask them how are they coping with you. How are they handling you, Sage? Survived another week, but I had a Corpo summer party, so I got some free snacks and booze. Okay, all right. All right, now this is probably going to be one of the weirder rail patterns I've ever made. No. Yes, you need to do that. This is an evens and odds kind of thing. Yeah, it can be kind of annoying. Let me see. Yeah, this already isn't going to work. Because it will terminate down there, come up here, and then it's stuck, right? Yeah, not cool. All right, so that means I have to think about how this is going to work now. Yeah, because if I just do this, see, if this terminated this way and then went down there, then it could go across. But now we have this whole area that isn't covered. See, if this stopped sideways, that would be different. But it doesn't. All right, so maybe... this work if I had it go back and forth like this and then exit that way. I think that would work. Yeah, we can test it before we lay out all of the track. We can just lay out the curves at the end and see if it's going to fit. I think it will. We'll just count them over. But we might run into the same problem. Right, 2. Yeah, and then it will come down and it will come up here and terminate. All right, so that doesn't work. Yeah, so I think you can see, like, it'll come down here, turn around, come back up here. And so you'll have that kind of a thing. Well, not quite. Tracks, please, just do your thing, okay? Oh my God. Right, but the point is it'll keep looping here, and the thing is it will terminate here. But I can fix that by just, now it'll extend past the farm, but it'll stay inside the chunk. Yep, we're good. I can fix it. If it goes, yeah. And yeah, that's, see Sage, we're right on the same page there. Yeah, the idea is to keep it inside the chunk, but we can go outside the collection area a little bit. That's fine. We'll just take advantage of where it does that. Down along the backside. And again, I'm just trying to keep it inside the chunk, because minecarts break sometimes when they cross chunk borders. It's probably a little bit of overkill. From who? Thunder? No. Yeah. I should have used Silk Touch on that, but no, I'm good. Okay, now that I have this extra one down here, yeah, I can do that. I should be able to do this now. And again, it's a weird pattern, but it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? So this needs to extend down a little bit more. Like that. This needs to come up like this. And now we can bring this down around to the other side. Like this. All right, now we need to go, let me see, up there, down here. Hands, just calm down, please. This will turn up here, down there, up here, down there, here, down there, and up here. Nice, nice. Yeah, this works out. And then if we just have a block here, like this, this will terminate, and then it will send it back. Yeah, it works. Nice. It's a really weird pattern, but it works. At least it seems to work. We'll find out, won't we? I think it's nighttime up above, and the bowl is filling up with mobs. As I mentioned earlier, this place really, really needs to be mob-proofed. For God's sake. Yeah. Yeah. On the same page with a real foolish sage. All right, we need a few more rails. Ah! Oh, you know what I forgot? Buffoons, you may be interested in this. You know how in the mirror dimension, that the creepers, when they detonate, they do not do any damage? As it turns out, that's not just the mirror dimension. That's anywhere in the world now. Oh dear. Yeah, we might have become immune to creepers. Yeah. So I'm thinking that that probably wasn't a feature that, you know, could be applied to like these certain chunks. I think that's one thing in order to make us immune to that in the mirror world. I think that's just a worldwide setting. So, yeah. Does that qualify as a flinch? Did I flinch there? That seemed to be like a bona fide flinch. Certainly not a jump scare. I came up here for rails, right? I think we're okay. I'm going to bring some detector rails because I might use that to power the cart. All right, so this turns and then comes down here. To that block. Well, I think that was a little hasty. And then this block will be powered and send it back. I like to give it plenty of momentum. And, you know, we could just use a lever on that block. That's easy enough. And let me see. If I'm going to use a lever on the block, sometimes I like it to be a redstone lamp, because I can show folks that the farm is running. And then when you don't want it to run, I mean, this isn't really necessary because this kind of drop-off station will not allow it to run unless it has any items, unless it has items in it. So that can also keep the farm from running and running and running. So let's get under here. Let's put the lever here so folks can reach it. There we go. There, see, now it has plenty of momentum to get itself started. It'll come all the way around to here. It'll stop. Okay. From here on out, let me see. If this is 16 all the way across, the middle of the chunk is somewhere around here. And so I like to do this kind of a thing. Make this somewhat directional. And this has worked for me in the past. Hopefully it'll work now. But I am on stream, so. Okay, so the idea here is to use detector rails. And, well, it would be nice if I actually had the powered rails. That would be helpful. Powered rails are over here. Oh, they used to be over here. That's just squid ink. Yeah, okay, there we go. We'll put some extras in there just in case. Let's head on over there. All right, and the idea is if I put a detector rail there and that I put a powered rail right after it, when it goes over the detector rail, it should power the power rail and then launch it forward. It should do that. And we could test that right up here, just to make sure that that's still a thing. I think it is. You know what else I can still test? I can also test this. Let's do that. That's not what I wanted to do. Hands. I wanted to do that. There we go. Okay, yeah. What we need to do is run this until it runs out of momentum. And then put this in here and see if it carries it further. Where does it run out of momentum and stop? Like that. Right about there. So if we put the detector rail here, and then we put the powered rail here, it should be enough to carry it through. Hey, Bob, also, Mama is asking something. She texted you. Thunder, don't ignore the wife's texts. Okay. I just spoke to her before I started the second half of the stream, so let's see. Okay, let me take care of that. Only take a sec. I'm not in trouble. Stop. All right, this looks like it worked, but I think I need it a little bit closer. Or we just do one. Thanks for helping out there, Biggie. We could do something like that, you know. And. No, it doesn't like that. You're not in trouble because you sprinted. Yeah, you know what? I think just having the power source is better. You know, sometimes it's you can save blocks and stuff like this if you just if you use the comparators. And plus it's a little bit cool for the redstone, but at the same time it doesn't quite have as much juice to it. Yeah, it just gives a really good push, doesn't it? That just does the thing. All right, let's just settle for that. That's the boring way of doing it, but all right, I'm going to favor that side of it because it needs enough momentum to push it around the turn. So we can do that. see. Halfway point is here and here. My favorite laugh. That was a rare treat. You guys got to see Mrs. Thunderhand manifest herself and acknowledge her existence in the stream, which she is like adamant about never doing. Oh, please. Please. Just the thing. Just do the thing, please. Okay, right there and right there. Okay, that's looking good for this part anyway. How am I doing time-wise? Wow, I've got 10 minutes left. You know, I really would like to finish this up. At least the collection system during the stream. That would be, yeah, if you could go ahead and do that, that'd be great. All right. This will come down to the end here. This will be fine. We'll do one more row here, like this. And then bring this up to here. All right, and now since it's running in this direction, east to west, here, this runs north to south. Okay, so we can do this. And, you know, let's get some more redstone blocks. And since that is the case, if I just put these in the one hand, and I put these in the other, and I'm going to do something kind of dumb. I'm going to break these glass bricks, which is something I probably shouldn't do. But like I said, I can just re-dye the other ones. We can do something like this. We can do... Oh, I guess it doesn't let us to do that. Yeah, I was hoping I could then just with the left click deposit said rail down. But I guess it's not going to do that quite like that. So I guess we just do this way. It's not as elegant, but I guess it gets the job done. Such a good clip. Auk! Can't help but to laugh with it. Yeah, for all we know, you live by yourself and the family is just a fragment of you. Do you mean figment of my imagination? English as a second language. me and my make-believe family. My little family is so awesome, though, that sometimes I wonder. Sometimes I think they must be a figment of my imagination because they're so cool. All right, that should be enough to power this. Yeah, all right, that should do it. Let's make sure this is all looks good here. Yes, I think this will work. Like that. Please, please, just do the thing. Oh, there we go. All right, let's get up here. Let's turn those annoying chunk borders off. Do we have enough wind charges to carry us back up there? I think we might. Just barely. Okay, let's hang out up here for just a few scant moments. Farm, if you could go ahead and work there, that would be great. Could be that we're not seeing the particles, but... Uh-oh. Nova! We might have to go... Yeah, you know, we might have to go and address the spawn chunks again. Although I wasn't down that way. But we should be getting like massive amounts of squid right now. We should see their particles as they're dying below. I always said that wrong. Well, sorry for having a brain crisis for a sec. I never knew. My life is a lie. Spawn chunk full of fishes. Probably full of dolphins, maybe. But Nova said that he reduced the size of the spawn chunk radius. But ignoring, yes. Looks like that, Eve. He's staring at me while ignoring. It is so rude. By the way, Eve is darn good at English considering she just picked it up by watching TV shows and stuff. Good Lord. Maybe we just can't see the particles for some reason. Let's bop down there and have a look. Eve is a smart cookie indeed. Undercover smart cookie. That's the best kind, Eve. Yeah, farm didn't work at all. So I'm thinking spawn chunks again. Was I down close to that area? I think I was. I don't think any of the other features that I made up above here are affecting the spawn rates of any. Like, for example, that isn't over. That's not blocking any of the spawning streams. So even though I have these features around it, they're not blocking any of the spawning water streams, so they should be fine. I think the spawn chunks might have filled up with dolphins and squid again. So we'll have to check that out. Let's just get the hopper minecart running. Let's get that. Let's just see if this will. All right, this should have been enough to rocket this around to here. Certainly. That should not have slowed that down. But we may have to have two bands of this. Yeah, we're gonna need two. We're gonna need two of these. All right, so let's decide where to put these. I'm thinking we're going to put one maybe right along here. And we'll put the other one right along here. Let me see, is this on the, I think it's on the outside of that, yeah. And then this one right along here, I think we'll do it. Like that. This should be an easy enough fix. Should be. This time let's save the glass because we're going to need some of this. Okay, we're good there. And we'll bust this out because we're not going to need this here anymore. We'll put some of that into place. See, I just don't build enough of these to have this stuff committed to memory. Oh, wait, that's not the one I want. Yeah, I want to keep this one open. This is for the redstone, right? Yeah, so let's just fill this one right away so we don't forget. So we don't make that mistake again. And let me see, I should still have powered rails. I'm a little over time for the stream, but I really, at least I want to finish having this part work. Yeah, let's close in this central. And I'm out of glass there. But like this. Put this here. Like that. This side I think is going to be okay because this is a pretty short loop from here to here. I think it'll be fine. No, that's not what I wanted to do there. this looks all good through here. I just need a couple more pieces of glass there. 1、2、3。And of course, I need 4 pieces of glass, and I only have 3. Typical. There we go. Done and done. That's what I was thinking, you know. And not only drain spawn, but I'm thinking, what if we completely mob-proof it? Will all the farms on the server run better when we do that? Okay, I think this is good. This is going to need some. Good. And then one more right here. That's a regular minecart. Let's get a hopper minecart there, because that's what we need, people. See if it completes its circuit. It should go all the way around to the back. There we go. It'll get those. I mean, that's a little wonky over there, but it'll be fine. Like I said, it's a pretty unusual pattern. Sure, I could have come up with a better pattern, but that'll drop off there. And since it doesn't have anything in it, it'll park itself there. We can put something in it, though, for right now. Like this. Actually, what we need to have happen... Oh, you know what? Yeah, see, this is causing a problem because it's passing through this so fast that the comparator can't read it. So this kind of setup for me, not going to work. Not gonna work. Yeah, that's what I thought. It just passes through that hopper too fast. So I just have to figure out something off camera to do this. It's not a biggie. But there's a couple problems that need to be solved too. We have to go tend to spawn again and kill off the spawn. You know, I wasn't anywhere near spawn, so it's a little bit weird. I did go to the slime farm, though. And maybe that was close enough to spawn where it may have caused... Yeah, you know, it may have caused some mobs to have spawned, some squid and some dolphins to spawn there. Because squid share the same mob cap as dolphins. So it's squid and dolphins. And since I left by the portal, those spawn chunks stay loaded and the mobs stay there. We can actually go there and have a look before we tidy up stream here. And then, you know what? I'll work out something for the collection system. I basically have it down how I want it. I just got to tweak it a little bit. Plus, we can take a look at, I do have mini HUD enabled. And so, oh, he's so adorable. Look at him with his little chicken there. We can maybe call up the overlay for the spawn chunks and we can have a look. You need a decorated tunnel. Yeah, I know. I'm getting to it. I'm getting to it. Unless, Eve, you would like to decorate the tunnel for us. We got to see a little bit of that, viewers, in the last stream. And she's completed it, and it looks super cool. I'm going to invite you onto the Discord to where she's posted screenshots of that to go check that out because it does look very cool. You know, it's weird because I wasn't over that way. Speaking of the spawn chunks. Well, I don't know. Maybe because the slime farm is right about there. Ah, yeah. You know what? The slime farm is probably close to the spawn chunks. Yep. It's probably close enough. I'm working on Corny's Trident Farm tunnel at the moment. But if you don't get to it, I would love to do it for you. Yeah. That would be awesome. We could do it together on a stream. Yeah, you know, I think... I see you, Squiddy. Well, he's dead. I'll bet you that the slime farm that I went to, where I AFK'd at the slime farm for quite some time, I bet you it was close enough to the spawn chunks to have affected it. All caps only, aka lazy border chunk. Which one do I want? Toggle the pseudo player following spawn chunks. No, I think this is the one I want. Trying to think which key I should put this on. No, that's not how that works. There we go. Let's try that. Right, we should be good. Now if I come over here. I'm not getting my spawn chunks coming up. Why not? Sounds like a plan. Let me see. Usually I can see the spawn chunks. Oh, there it is. Okay, so yeah, here are the spawn chunks right here. So Nova actually reduced the radius of these spawn chunks. But they still might be a little too large. The other thing is we could name a bunch of axolotl in the spawn chunks, and they can just go around killing all the squid or guardians. The guardians will just kill all the squid and dolphins, right? That could be a thing. Our guardians would also kill us, though. Yeah. But we're on the island. We should be okay-ish. You just want to release some guardians? No, I want to name them and then release them. Specifically vulnerable people who accidentally respawned at spawn. Yeah, but we spawn on the island. I mean, if they're out there in the water, they might be able to reach us with their beams, but especially if we put them in specific locations where they're close enough to kill anything that's in the water, but not close enough where they can reach up here onto the island, I think we'd be okay. I'm just thinking of the funniest way to do it. That's not Eve-proof. Maybe. Maybe. There's one very fun way to find out. The other thing we could do is to kind of preserve the good looks of the area. Maybe we could just make this area shallow here. Just get, a number of buffoons together. We'll make a little project out of it. And because the dolphins and the squid need at least 2 blocks of water in which to spawn. And so we could make this like just a shallows here. We could do that. That way it kind of still looks decent. You still get the water, but it's not enough in which for them to spawn. Less funny would be to extend the island. Well, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. But, we could extend the island under the water by just 1 block. So you still have the water, right? And it still kind of preserves the look of it a little bit. But, yeah, and we can grab several buffoons together. Like Nebula could probably do that herself in an hour. Or 2 hours. Nebula and Shut could probably do that together in an hour. Yeah, there is that. All right, people, I need to log off here. I need to wrap up the stream. I'm going to log out here. Oh, you know what I should have done is just quickly should have done this. Hold on. There we go. Now I can see the hitboxes of the entities, and we can just see like just how many squid and stuff are in the area. Like right now, I'm not seeing any. Okay, we have some fish over here, but the squid don't share the mob cap with the fish, so they should be fine. Oh yeah, here we go. This is not going to help because the longer I stay here, the more are going to spawn. And then, of course, and I just passed a dolphin somewhere. Oh, right over there. Yeah. And then you have this trench down here. They're going to spawn all down in there and stuff. Fuck. Not cool. Very not cool. There's Shut. Wrap it up and put a bow on it. Yeah, let's get on with it. Do what? Extend and recreate Spawn Island? No. Welcome on in, Shut, for the very end of the stream, by the way. It doesn't seem overly full. Yeah, it doesn't, right? But like I said, that's just the ones that we can immediately see. You had those like underwater ravines and stuff down there. Sage, those could be loaded with them, right? Prevent squid from spawning in spawn chunk, possibly by extending the island, or naming an army of guardians and laugh when they kill Eve. You know, kind of leaning towards the latter there. You think it's no? Nova and I Shut know that it's messing with the squid farm. Yeah, the spawn chunks load up with squid and dolphins whenever we're close enough to make it do that. And since they're the spawn chunks, they always stay loaded. And so they take up the mob cap for the server, and then the squid farm can't run. So, yeah, Nova and I know that for a fact. Nova was able to do some excellent detective work and figure that out. And so all he did was just log on to the server. He reduced the radius of the spawn chunks, and then just did a kill command and killed all the squid and dolphin in there. But I think when I was AFK at the slime farm, it was close enough to the spawn chunks to have spawned squid and dolphins in there again enough. So, and I was AFK there for about maybe a half an hour. And yeah, it probably filled it back up again. Rude Sage, rude. Rude but funny. He's not wrong. All right. Here we go, folks. I think Lone Star is still streaming, is he not? Yes, he does. Final Fantasy VII. Oh, okay. That I want to see. All right, there we go. We'll get to the bottom of it. We'll figure out what it is. Okay. Let's do a raid, shall we? Chat, you can see the raid message in the chat, like up there somewhere. And you can copy and paste that into the chat if you'd like to join us along on this raid. And I always encourage the viewers to join us on the raids, even if you can't stay for the entire stream. If you could at least drop in and say hi, and if you feel so inclined, drop a follow, some bits, some subs. That would be really cool. Let's set up the raid itself. And we have the raid counting down for the mighty, the one and only Lone Star, fellow buffoon. Family-friendly viewers, just a heads up that his stream is intended for mature audiences. There's quite a bit of language. Oh, but he doesn't have the mature audiences tag up. Huh, interesting. Usually it comes up with a suggestion when you go to raid. But anyways, yeah, there might be a little bit of language and some stuff like that in there, but shenanigans and whatnot. But he's a super cool dude. He's a buffoon, so we have the shared community and stuff, so chances are there'll be people in there that you can, that you'll know. Family-friendly viewers, be aware, I shall immediately invoke bad language when we get there, yes. What a relief. And just remember that we do this Buffooncraft stream every Friday from 11 a.m. to 1 o'clock p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Our next stream will be 4 to 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on Saturday. That will Sunday. That will be Kachi time. I have no idea what Kachi has planned, but we'll see. And then the stream following that will be Wednesday from noon to 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. That should be Generations. We should be in the Generation 5 survival world, back working on the Chamber of Commerce there. So, yeah, that should wrap it up for today. Bye for now, everybody. Rating out to Lone Star.